Yeah, really and I think people are done with lollipop Christianity.
Yes.
You know, like this little girl that's got these little, and she's got this big lollipop and she's going down the street with her balloon. And like everyone's done with that version, or that version of Christianity is kind of going away. And you've got a millennial culture, which I'm a big fan of, who's just going, time out. This is not real. This is not this does not reflect.
It's not working.
It's not working, and it doesn't reflect the world we're living in, because they're kind of awakening us to going. I mean, I went through 9/11. Berlin Wall. I remember that. I remember as a kid hiding under my desk because the Russians were gonna, send over nuclear bombs to blow us up. Like I grew up in that world. Well, for them, this whole thing that we've been through is the most tragic thing that they've been through, and they're like, that God doesn't match.
Yeah.
Because you've been telling me like everything's gonna be great, it's all gonna work out, you just have to follow Jesus, and they're going like, this isn't real. This is what the gospel doesn't matter, because what we're really saying is, I don't know what to do with the humanity of Jesus, the suffering of Jesus. I don't know what to do with that. We got to get past that story, get to resurrection. And I think that's what you're saying. Like what we're really going like is, look how human Jesus was. Look how he suffered. Look that he came, God came to us.
Yes.
He didn't have to do that. I mean, he could have figured out a whole nother way and he was like, no, I want to be with you in this. I want to suffer with you in this. And why can he advocate for us? Because he's been there. Why does he intercess for us? Because he knows how much we need prayer.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And how exhausted are you of people that come up to you and go, and it's a Christian way to end a conversation. I'll pray for you. And I want to be like, bull.
Yeah.
I don't think you are. I want to say it. I feel it. And to know like Jesus,
for sure.
Jesus doesn't do that. Jesus is true to his word, and he's going to be that for us. So he is that. Why? Because he came and he knows and he empathizes and and his heart breaks. And what does he do? He just proactively continues to serve us in the heavenly realms. And then the Spirit of God is with us. So I sent you guys that quote, is like infinite incarnation. That for me was like life-giving this week, to the idea of like incarnation wasn't that just Jesus came, he walked among us, died, resurrected, is in heaven. That incarnation is still with us right now through the Spirit of God. I'm like, that means he's a good God. Like how good, how gracious, how kind. And I think maybe I have felt little pictures of this throughout my walk with the Lord, but I feel like I'm finally like coming to some sense of like that peace that comes from really believing that. Like I'm not being inebriated by some lollipop Christianity. Like I feel it. I feel my depravity. I feel the sin, but I feel his mercy. And I'm like, man, I that's exciting for me. That feels like,
you need both, right?
Yeah.
There's the people that show up at church and they know the darkness that they're going through. They're already convinced that they're a dark, depraved person, and they're going, gosh, if I could just clean up a little bit, then I'll come to God. And we've all talked to people like that, like, I'm just in a dark place right now, and I'll come back to God when I get out of it. And you're like, no, like, don't wallow in that. Don't stay there. Jesus is going to be with you in that and walk you out.
Yeah. I always say it's not, Jesus is not saying get clean and come to me. He's saying come to me and I'll get you clean.